Good evening, everybody, or afternoon, or depending upon where you are, late night. Hope everybody is doing well. Going to be a little bit of a different live stream this time, just because time of year and the way the last month has been and everything. So we're going to really have this opened up to wherever y'all want to go. Where's that? I don't know. We're going to find out. In any case, we're live, ready to roll. So we've got a little bit of a different stream for my monthly stream. Mail load is a little bit light this time, which is fine. Actually, light. Don't have anything. I think I have a package here somewhere. I know I've got a card set aside for December, and I think I have an. I know I've got one at the post office. I didn't get to because it arrived yesterday, and I worked all day yesterday. And then I thought I had another one. I'm not sure where it got put. So no mail. But then we also, it has been a crazy month. If you've noticed anything at all about my videos this last month or so, you've noticed that I've had a couple weeks where I only had one video instead of my usual two, and the schedule's kind of up and down a little bit. That's because about 3 weeks ago, I got a bad case of the flu, and it took a little while for me to get over it. And in fact, you'll probably still hear me rasping a little bit and the occasional cough. That is all left over from this thing. In fact, speaking of the cough, so um, yeah, so we're still getting over that a little bit. So it's got my whole film schedule kind of off a little bit. But I'm going to give you a preview, let you know what is coming up, and we're going to kind of see where we end up. Drew, got a package from you coming. It's actually here at the post office. It arrived yesterday. I just couldn't have gotten it. And Craig, yeah, strangers used to have a letter-sized envelope. I've got it. I know I've got it. I haven't figured out where I put it. It's here. It's been a weird month with me being sick. But that's what I was thinking, Craig, because I thought I should have one from you, and I'm like, where did it go? So, because I was looking around for it earlier, and this is where I usually drop my mail, and it's not there. So, I don't know. I'm telling you, it's been a crazy month. So, it just means I'll have an extra one for next month. Like I said, the flu really, it took me out for about a week. I mean, just nothing, which was really rough because I'm used to doing stuff and I wasn't up to doing anything. And it put my whole video schedule out of whack. Like I said, I'm getting better. So I can tell you, I do have a video already scripted for next week where I'm going to be talking about technical issues, both while working at the parks as well as on the channel. So I'll be talking about that a little bit. I'm also getting back to work on the, on the park in New York, and Craig will probably remind me here. Wow. Okay, brain, switch. Anybody else have this where your brain just forgets what it's doing completely right in the middle of while you're talking about it? But I've got a wonderful video I've been working on. I've got the script and everything done, and it's been sitting here for like 2 months, 3 months. So it will be coming. I'm hoping I've got 3 days off this next week, so I'm hoping to be able to finally get it finished and get that done. Not Eldridge Park. Thank you, Craig. I knew you'd pull it. Speaking of which, Eldridge Park, if you are not familiar with them, they are an amazing little park that has basically come back from the dead. And just, it's an amazing story, which is why I want to do the video right. It's why I'm working very hard to do the video right. But one of the things that they have available here, and I'm pulling it up on their website, is they have a wonderful little gift that is available because they have a whip in storage, but they need to get a building. And so, see if I can get this pulled up. Where is the ornament? Don't tell me there's. Oh, there it is. Let's see. That's last year's ornament. I don't see this year's ornament on there. In any case, they have a store online. Let me show you uh, their store here, so that way you could see it, because it's just they have some neat stuff. Here we go. Okay, so this is their store. And you can see the gift coin. I've got one of those. They're beautiful coins. This is the ornament from last year where they've got the turtle. They have an ornament for this year that they sent me a picture of, and I'll have to try and dig it up. But it's the whip, and it's just this gorgeous ornament. And it's not on the website, and I'm not sure why. I thought it was. But it's a really, really neat looking ornament. I'm going to see here if I can't find this thing so you can actually get a good picture of it. But if you want to support an amazing cause and the rebuilding of this park, this is the way to do it. Let's see. And I'll have to dig. I should have had this ready for y'all. Oh, here we go. Here we go. See if I can. There it is. That's the ornament. And it's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And Craig told me, click on ornaments to see the options. Oh, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Duh. Okay. So there's one from a couple years ago. This is this year's. Beautiful ornament. Absolutely love it. So if you want to support a great cause, go to Eldridge Park. It's Eldridge, if you can see it up in the top there. And Craig just linked it in the chat. Only one remaining. Oh my, that's kind of scary. But they've got some fantastic looking ones as well. So go support Eldridge Park. Help them build a building for their whip and bring the whip back. That would be absolutely awesome. A cause well worth supporting. And like I said, I should have hopefully my stuff up here in the next couple weeks. And I keep clicking the wrong thing. So Fantasy Apprentice, welcome from Norway. Good to have you. If I decorated the tree with all my pins wouldn't work on a tree. We can't even get all of our ornaments on the tree. So, yeah, my pins would just weigh it down. It'd be kind of scary. Pins, yep. So my last count, I am over 1,000 Disney pins. I'm like 1,050. Plus, I've got all the other parks and stuff too. So, I've told my kids that my pin collection is my retirement plan. So, but Charles has a fun question here. How would you deal with language barriers, as in a guest who doesn't speak English? So for me, I'm actually semi-fluent in Spanish. Hablo un poquito español. Hablo muy bien, pero sí. So I can speak some Spanish. And what I would find is many times a guest would not, if they didn't speak English, they oftentimes spoke Spanish or something similar like Portuguese and Italian. If they speak Portuguese and Italian, we can make Spanish work and figure each other out. Otherwise, you do a lot of sign language. Disney in particular had in their stores and stuff, they would have things written in multiple languages. They had the maps in multiple languages. Or you could actually go over to a phone and you could actually call a translator. They did have that option available. But you did learn very much to deal really with gestures and communicating that way. So, phone and the map and various things. So you learn very much how to deal with that. Now, when I worked there, there was no such thing as Google Translate. Google Translate now makes it easy because you just talk on the phone, hold it up to them. They talk back at the phone and you read it. So Google Translate simplifies it a whole lot. But yeah, a lot of gestures. So, Parker, did you see the latest Disney auction? I have not. I would love to, but that's one of those things. All those things are so way out of my range that, yeah, I don't even look a lot of times because I can't afford it. It's neat to look at some of the stuff, but the prices that stuff goes for is crazy. So, And who knew restaurant work and theme park work and retail as well? Retail sales end up dealing with a lot of stuff. I've got a friend who works at a hotel, and some of the stories they tell, I'm going, that sounds like me at Disney in Silver Dollar City. I think any place that you work with tourists, you get a lot of that. Um, yeah, tourists are interesting. There's something about being a tourist that their brain stops working and they kind of go into robot mode. And that's why here in Branson or down in Orlando, you could always see a tourist driver because they're the ones that would stop in the middle of the road. And I'm not exaggerating. And then they would turn across 3 lanes of traffic. You're going, or they just have no idea. We had somebody walk up, not making this up. They walked up to where I work in Branson, which isn't, it's in a little retail shopping mall. They came up looking really confused, and I was like, hey, can I help you? Yeah, where's Silver Dollar City? 20 minutes up the road. That way you're nowhere close to it. Why would you think Silver Dollar City is in the middle of this mall? It was really funny. And I had one of my coworkers, a young girl. She's like, that was silly. I'm like, no, that's theme park. So you really get that a lot. It's kind of funny. So, as Tom says, yes, working with people, very much. So, Corey, do I ever go to or enjoy water parks? I do. I actually love water parks. I've got a couple videos on them. The problem that you get with a water park when you visit, one, nobody wants to see this in a swimsuit. But the other problem you get if you're trying to film at a water park is you have the fact that you have all these other people wearing swimsuits, and especially kids in swimsuits. And it runs into, let's just say there's some really weird and whack people out there. And you can almost run into issues just showing other people in their bathing suits. So I generally, when I do go to a water park, I don't film. If I do, I film very sparingly, and I don't do much on that just because I don't want to run into issues with that. And I don't go as often as I used to because I'm not as young as I was. I love them. I've got to have people with me to go. And I'll do the slides and everything else, but it's much more fun when you've got other people. And a lot of my trips now is me and my wife. So, yeah, but I really do. I do love them. So, let's see, Abigail, often felt like a broken record when you were working Cedar Point saying the same things repeatedly. You very much get into a routine. You kind of have your standard pat answers, and you'll say them, and everybody else is thinking, this is brand new, hilarious. And you're thinking to yourself, nope, I've said that same thing hundreds of times. Like when people would come up to me and ask, what time's the 3 o'clock parade? Depending upon where I was and how much of a smart aleck mood I would say I was in, I may say something like, oh, the 3 o'clock parade's at 10 p.m. tonight. And just to watch the reaction and watch them, oh, okay. I said, and then I would follow up with, but the Festival of Fantasy Parade, actually, when I was there, it was the Dreams Come True Parade. That one's at 3 o'clock today. Then you'd really see their mind going, wait, what? The 3 o'clock parade's at 10, but the Disney Dreams Come True is at 3. Huh? That was fun. But yes, you have your standard answers. Where I work now, people are always worried about jump scares, just because of the type of work we do. And so they're always, is there something scary here? And so I'm telling them, you're in Branson. There's nothing scary. Scariest thing you're going to see while you're here is me. And that usually gets a laugh, but yeah, I say it a lot. Fancy Apprentice. I was at a park not long ago and someone gave me a magical moment, just like it is. Good for them. Honestly, that makes so much of it so much more fun when you can do something totally unexpected for somebody. And yeah, it makes everybody's day. I love doing special stuff for people. And so yeah, the more the parks allow it, the better it is. I don't understand why Disney is cutting back on that. And I could go on a whole rant about that, but Disney parks have really taken the ability of their cast members to do magic and not just reduce it, but it's almost like they're actively telling them not to do so in some cases. That if somebody has wardrobe issues, oh, well, too bad. Who cares if your guest clothes are torn or stained or whatever? That's their problem. It's not ours anymore. And I just really don't like that. Um, you need to be able to help the guests, but that's a whole nother rant. It's one of these days I'm going to really go off on that. But yeah, people had a lady a few weeks ago get mad at me for her biscuits being too soft. Most of your customer stories sound very similar to a retail customer. I don't know. There's just something that in the last handful of years, people have just gotten ruder, meaner, um, less friendly, less understanding, um, much more likely to treat somebody by them just rudely. I've seen more people walk into a fast food restaurant, not be happy with their food, and throw food back. I'm like, why? I don't understand why we're forgetting how to be nice to each other. I don't. Um, I just don't. Nobody likes that. Why? Oh, yeah, that's a whole other deal. Just be nice. Why? I mean, okay, so here in the States, we just had Thanksgiving, where we're supposed to be grateful, and now we're starting Christmas season, or Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa. All of them are about giving and being nice to others and thinking about other people. Um, it's sad that we have to have the constant reminder, but come on. So, Craig, I was trying to ask what time the Move It, Shake It dance party would get at a certain spot near the hub, and asked when does the 3 o'clock parade get here. Told there was no parade. So, but see, Craig, you asked a little bit differently. You asked what time does the parade get here. So you actually had something else be a little bit more in depth versus what time is the 3 o'clock parade. That's a different question. So, let's see. What do you think of the new characters like Wreck-It Ralph or like Moana? Do I like them or prefer the Moana is one of my wife's favorite characters. When the couple times I've been to the parks without her, it was Moana stuff we brought back. We love Moana. Great movie. Wreck-It Ralph we've really enjoyed. Didn't get to meet them last time I saw them because the line was way too long. But no, I like Wreck-It Ralph. At the same time, they have had a couple movies that have been like Raya and the Last Dragon was just eh. So it really depends upon the movie. They've had some very good ones and they've had some not so good ones. But no, Moana is a huge favorite with us here. So, yeah, Parker, ever since COVID, people's patience went the way of the dinosaurs. Yeah, it's really sad. Sam's got a good question here. Do you think Six Flags and Cedar Point will change their name after the merge? So they have indicated some that they're going to be talking, that they are going to be using kind of both names. When it comes to the stock exchange, they're still going to be using the Cedar Fair label, which was fun, I believe. But the company itself is going to be called Six Flags. And they haven't ironed everything out yet. There's still a ways to go for that. But as I understand what they're going to be doing is it'll be something like Cedar Point, a Six Flags park. And, it's small letters or something like that. So they're going to be trying to use both names because both are well known, but I don't know exactly how they're going to do it. Yeah. So we will see. We'll see. Going back, yeah, but since COVID, seriously, yeah, COVID, we started to come together and then we all started fighting over, you're wearing a mask, you're not wearing a mask, how dare you wear a mask, how dare you not wear a mask. Dumb. And yeah, teachers have been getting garbage ever since. A lot of teachers have quit. I know a lot of ministers have quit because they're tired and just burned out and worn out. Um, yeah, we've lost our minds. Lost our minds. Am I going to do more videos about Alfie and Ralphie Bolin? I definitely have some in plan. It's Christmas season right now. So Silver Dollar City, they aren't doing the robbery. Instead, they actually have Grandpa out there telling the Christmas story. And then in the spring, they'll start the robbery again. I'm still trying to work with another former robber and see if I can't sit down and do some storytelling with them. Um, we'll see. I had one that was willing to do it, and then they changed their mind. But I am hoping to get one of the guys who robbed with me to come swap stories. Uh, we'll see. He's busy as all get out. But yes, I absolutely plan on telling some more stories. One of the things I'm honestly thinking about is going back and looking at my silly and dumb guest videos and kind of revamping and updating them a little bit. Um, we'll see, because I've got a lot of new viewers that have come in that haven't seen the old videos. So we will see. Um, yes. Short answer, yes. Long answer, there's lots of stuff I'd like to do. So um, let's see here. Let's see. Since I like Disney, who would you say would be your favorite in your Universal? Um, so Universal, see, I think of the parks, and my favorite park, single favorite park, would be Universal's Islands of Adventure. My biggest complaint about it is that it's not big enough. I wish it was bigger. Um, the Harry Potter area is amazing. Even if you're not a Potter fan, it's the best themed area of any park. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge comes close. It's right there, but it was meant to come alongside Potter. Wizarding World of Harry Potter is just mind-blowingly good. Uh, so I mean, I love the areas at Universal. Universal Studios Orlando is still kind of disjointed, and Universal Studios Hollywood has really become confused. I don't know what they are anymore. But Islands of Adventure, absolutely fantastic. So yeah. So as far as a favorite character, that's a little harder, but I would say that park. Spider-Man still for me. The Spider-Man ride at Islands of Adventure is still one of my favorite rides. It's starting to show its age a little bit, but it's fantastic. Um, but yeah, I take Potter. So let me see here. Am I going to sing this stream? Um, all willing to sing with you. I don't know. We should do. We will see if the right prompt comes up. Then we'll see. Universal Hollywood has an awesome VIP tour. That is one thing. Universal Hollywood, because it is still an actual working studio, they can take you into sound stages and other stuff. So their studio tour, the tram tour, is neat. Um, Still runs you through some actual sets, a lot of propped and pre-built things along it, but you can still see some actual things on it. But the VIP tours, they take you places where you can actually see them filming and doing stuff. If you can afford it, the VIP tour at Universal Hollywood is amazing. And I say that as somebody who's never gone on it, but has looked at it and gone, wouldn't that be cool? I'd love to do that one someday. So that may be one of the best tours out there. VIP tours in general, whether it is Universal, Disney's VIP tours, where you basically have a plaid taking you around and stuff like that. Those are great tours. If you can afford the price, they're absolutely worth it. Yeah, check them out. So Corey asks, have I been to Warner Brothers in LA? I have not. My schedules and stuff just have not allowed me to make it happen. Absolutely want to. I just haven't. I've only been down. I've been to LA In the last 10 years, I've been there 4 times, and they were basically almost all Disney center trips. So, um, yeah, just haven't had it. So, one of these years, and I haven't even had rental cars. We've either stayed right by Disney or I've Ubered. So, Merlin was watching your celebrity video. Was wondering if you'd met anyone else since then, or have I not? Um, okay, so the celebrity video, I'm guessing, was talking about when I was at Disney, and of course, I haven't been at Disney since 2011. So it's been 12 years since I worked at Disney. Um, so here in Branson, we have our local celebrities, which I have met a lot of them. I have met a couple other people, but generally speaking, I lived in Southern California for several years. Grew up in California. When you live in Southern California, especially where I'm at, you got used to seeing celebrities on a regular basis, to the point where you just left them alone because they're there at the grocery store buying food, or they're trying to enjoy some quiet time at the beach, or they're at knots with their family and they don't want to be bothered. So, uh, that, and I'm also not a huge TV person. So I hear this happened when I was working at Disney. I would take pictures of somebody and hand them their little photo pass card, and off they would go, and the people in line would be going, "Did you know who that was?" Nope, not a clue. Just somebody I took a picture of. But they're the star on this and that show. I don't watch this and that. So, um, at Silver Dollar City, we would have the Duggars come in occasionally. And I recognized two of them. I didn't even know who most of them were. Duck Dynasty apparently came to the park one time when I was there. I was oblivious. I'm just doing my job, treating everybody the same. So, yeah, I have met others, but I didn't know it. It's really sad. It's just not one of those things that was ever a big deal to me, because I've filmed commercials. I've actually filmed a movie. My part got cut. Yes, my kids are actually in this movie. It's Ace Ventura Jr. It direct to video. It's a cheap, lame movie, but we have been in that atmosphere where there were famous people, and they're just normal. So, yep. Let's see here. Have I been to any Renaissance Festival? A couple times. Yeah. So I enjoy them. Medieval Times is still one of my favorite dinner shows. Let's see. What would you say the most memorable moment? Okay. Ooh, that is basically like a favorites question. Favorites, bad. Just because I can't pick them. There's so many moments. I've shared most of my moments in the videos already. Um, and it would be hard just out of the blue to go, ah. So one of the reasons I've started doing collabs and interviews with people is it's given me opportunities to talk with them. And then as we talk, something that they will say will trigger a memory and go, oh, that's right. There was this time and there was that time. So cold turkey, the one thing that you find as you get older is it's harder to remember things without triggers. But then you also find things trigger your memories without you ever wanting it to. So, but yeah, just trying to say, what would be the most memorable favorite? I can't pick that. But if you had me talking about something and you had mentioned something, that would definitely pull it up. So, recommend any Disney books, or are there any silver? I don't know of any Silver Dollar City books. There's a couple historical ones. If you're looking for a history of the park, there's a couple things like that, which I've got them actually filed in my file cabinets and put away, so I can't just pull them out. But you can look for Silver Dollar City history books. Disney has some like that as well. Here, I'm going to get y'all Disney, and my cat's going to get mad because my cat's sleeping on my cord here. and see if I can do this without making it too much of a mess. Okay, so what I'm going to show you here, this is my file cabinets, and they are full of stuff. And so my souvenir books are in there, but I've also got a whole bookshelf, and I can't get to it because of my lighting and stuff. But I have a bookshelf that is 4 shelves of theme park books. So there's a lot of different books that way. If you're looking for kind of behind the scenes stuff, I always suggest with Mouse Tales and More Mouse Tales by David Koenig. Those are great ones to start and then kind of going from there. So, yeah, but yeah, lots of books. If you want, I can try and take a picture of the books I've got on my shelf, and we can kind of go from there. So, what's your usual tradition that you do at a theme park? So Silver Dollar City, I often buy a black cherry soda. My daughter gets a cream soda. Cinnamon bread when we've got the money for it. Always go to the candy shop. Always, always, always go get our sample of peanut brittle. So that's kind of a tradition there. Disney, it's Dole Whip. And if other parks have a Dole Whip, we get a Dole Whip because we love Dole Whip. Let's see, I'm trying to think what else. Rope drop, we're always there. So we do try to get there early. Here, let me move this a little bit more. My cat's just kind of looking at me like, what are you doing? So I'm trying to think what else we do. What tradition? So if I'm at Disney, I always try to make sure I have enough money to at least get a couple pins for my collection. And like I said, I've got a bunch of pins. But rides, attractions, and special events are kind of my big things there. And a Figment pin. I almost always come home with at least one Figment pin. That's it. So if I'm at Silver Dollar City, if I'm not with my wife, I go see the Saloon Show, or as well as the Homestead Pickers. We try to catch those a lot. So that's kind of a lot of our traditions. So, but let's see here. Parker's asking a technical question. That's something I'm sure that will be worked out here in the next few months. So, what was one time you were like, why did I become a theme park worker? So when I was sitting on the back of the train at 18 degrees, freezing my tail off, why am I doing this? I can honestly say in the 5 years I was at Disney, I had 4 bad days. Days I came home where I was just like, Silver Dollar City, it was the same kind of thing. I had a couple, absolutely. And usually it was because of coworkers. The rude and bad guests, I could slough them off because there's somebody else. It was usually management or coworkers that caused the issue, that got me upset. Why am I doing this? But other than that, no, I really didn't have any problems like that. I like doing my stuff. That's why I kept doing it, even though it didn't make a whole lot of money. So, and Fantasy Apprentice, post the same question on Discord. That's a good spot. I don't get on it as often as I should, but we actually do have a server Discord. Let's see here for the channel. Let me pull up a link. But that's a great place that if you want to know book recommendations, what's on my shelf, something like that, I can actually post things like that on the Discord. So let me see here. Let me find. Let's see here. Okay. So, copy. Okay. So I'm going to post in the chat a link to the Discord channel. If you aren't familiar with Discord, it's a chat program basically designed for gamers. But you can type chat or voice chat, and that will absolutely work great. Ask questions there. Throw me ideas there. So like I said, I don't always hop on it, but I am always paying attention to it. So great place to join in and talk with other people who watch. So, but yeah, I can give you some better ideas there. So much talk of tradition. Yep. Yeah. I already thought of that, Craig, and I was like, oh. But see, I don't know. I start with tradition, and then I always end up going, if I were a rich man. Yeah, by the way, Tevye was always Topol was always the best Tevye. So, other than Figment, is there a character you just got to have their pins and merch? I do look for Donald Duck and Chip and Dale. Those are probably the other two I really look for, but Figment is the big one. I'm trying to think if there is any other main characters I go for. Those are really kind of I would say three, but Chip and Dale are two, so the four. But have I ever thought about creating a side business helping people plan the? Nope. I have had people ask if I would do tours at Disney, which, by the way, Disney doesn't allow, and they're actually banning people now for doing it. I've had people ask me. I have no interest in being a travel agent, and that's really what planning a theme park vacation is it's a travel agent. I don't want to deal with all that. I have talked to a couple people. There are people that love it. There are people that do a great job at it. But for me, trying to figure out everybody else's preferences, because I have a lot of people, what ride should we do? I don't know. What rides do you like? What kind of characters do you like? Where should we eat? What kind of food do you like? I don't know what you like. What's the best? Always what's the best? Blah blah blah. What do you want? Because what I like is not what everybody else is going to like. When I like roller coasters, there's some people who hate coasters. So if I'm going to tell them go ride a roller coaster, it's like, give you an example. One of my absolute favorite rides at Walt Disney World is Tower of Terror. I love Tower of Terror. Tower of Terror is amazing. But if you ask Craig about Tower of Terror, Craig is going to completely disagree with me because Craig doesn't like drop rides. That's okay. But if Craig were to ask me, hey, what's the best ride? And I told him Tower of Terror, he's going to be a little upset because I just told him a ride he's not going to enjoy. So, no, I never really wanted to get into the travel planning because I know that my thoughts and feelings about parks are different than others. And I don't want to have to deal with all the nitty gritty detail that then they may or may not like. So, do I plan on going to Disney anytime soon? We actually do have plans for February. We will be there the week before Super Bowl. We actually fly home on Super Bowl Sunday. So we'll be at Walt Disney World. I don't know what the whole entire schedule is yet, but it's February. See if I can get my dates right here. February 7th. February 7th through 10th. We will be at Disney World and in the parks. The 6th, we're flying down, and we should actually be there early enough to do a meet and greet at Disney Springs on the 6th, which is a Tuesday. I have not posted that yet because I'm still I want to make sure that they don't change flight plans and stuff. But right now, yes, February 6th, Tuesday, Disney Springs, and then we will be in the parks the days after that is kind of the plan. So yes, I will be at Disney. It may very well be the last time I'm at Disney for a long time. And partially because of expense, partially because we're hoping to go study in Israel for a couple of years if we can get the funds raised. And some of it too is my health, because I am not the spring chicken and I've had some definite health issues recently. So we're going to be trying to work through that. But yeah, that's the plan. Looking forward to it. Because we got a couple of new things. I want to ride Tron. Can't wait. Is the train Silver Dollar State coal-fired or oil burning? They all originally were coal-fired, and they have been converted over to diesel. So, yeah. So the answer is yes. They were coal-fired. They run diesel now, but they still, outside of the fact that it's diesel burning, they're still basically the same engines. So, is it bad your favorite Disney character is Long John Silver? Why would it be bad? It's who you like. Everybody's different. Nothing wrong at all with liking somebody that others don't necessarily. So, Craig, I agree. Trying to plan trips for family is hard, and here you go. Tower of Terror, one and done. He did it once. That was it. So, hey, Craig, 37 minutes to get to. When are you going to? Although that's actually, it wasn't too bad because Disney's a place I get to fairly regular. I was waiting to see if we were going to get the, when are you coming to the Lagoon or to Silverwood or to, Six Flags America or something. Yeah. Or when are you coming to Australia? I didn't get that one yet. Those would be the fun ones. So, yeah, gosh, I wish I still knew where that envelope was, Craig. I don't know what I did with it. What did I do with it? Hang on just a second. I'm going to look here for a second. Where did it go? I don't understand. No comprendo. See, I have one here for December. So I've got that. I don't know where this other one went. I'm corn fuzzled. No idea. So it's got to be here. I'll just have an extra one. Any rumors you heard and wish the rumor would just fade from existence? Six Flags is building a new park in Florida. Disney's building a park in Texas. I wish those rumors would just go away. They come up every few months. Six Flags is never building a park in Florida. Not happening. They don't own any land in Florida. They never purchased it. Disney's not moving to Texas. They're not spending billions and billions of dollars to move the parks. No. So yes, those two rumors, when I hear them, drive me nuts. It's like, would you stop? Stop. Okay. Yes. So yeah, there are some things like that drive me bonkers. Absolutely. So, is the conflict affecting your trip to Israel in any way? No. Assuming that we get things together, if we get to go to Israel, we'll be there for 2 years. We'll be studying Hebrew and doing some other stuff. But our trip, if everything comes together, it won't start until this summer. And no, the conflict isn't affecting that at all. It is having an absolute effect on Israel, but it won't play a role in what we're doing because of where we will be and what we're doing. So, but we are definitely praying that it ends soon. Absolutely. So, let's see. Gaming with Chains, I'm guessing. Okay, have you ever been to? Here's his full question. Have you ever been to Dollywood during Christmas? No. I've been to Dollywood a couple times, but it's always been summer, not Christmas. So, Craig, like your old standby answer, when are you going to pay for it? It's like, I'm happy to go, but so, yeah, envelope contains 2 magnets. I don't know. It has been a month, like I said, with being sick and everything. If you saw the stuff piled in places that I have not been able to get to, this is the pile of mail I'm still trying to sort through from having been sick. So, yeah, trust me. I've been slowly getting caught up, but it bothers me too. I promise. So, let's see here. I'm just saying, is there a Disney villain that scared you as a child? I never scared. One, I never went for the stuff that was scary, so I didn't have to worry about that. But no, I don't remember ever being scared by a Disney villain. Can't say I was. So, Rick, I know there's a new planned Six Flags in Saudi Arabia. Actually, it is in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Supposed to have the fastest roller coaster once built. It has gone vertical. There actually is a Six Flags Dubai. So, geography of the region. Saudi Arabia is one peninsula, and if you cross the body of water that's there, United Arab Emirates and Dubai are on the other side of that water, and that is where they're building. And yes, there are some definite things happening. That was one of those for a long time. It was don't believe it till it's actually broken ground, and they're not just breaking ground; they're actually building. So it will be interesting to see how this all turns out. But I believe it's supposed to be the fastest. It's supposed to be the tallest, I think, something like that. It's supposed to be a crazy ride. So, any thoughts on the theme park merger? So I have seen some crazy things online about the Six Flags Cedar Fair theme park merger. There are a lot of people making a whole lot of big assumptions already. There's people that are talking about which parks they're going to sell. They haven't made any decision to sell anything. They may not ever sell anything. There's people that are talking about that they're going to merge parks and close parks. I saw one online that said they're closing Magic Mountain. They're not closing Magic Mountain. It's one of the most attended parks in America. So no, not a chance. I think if anything, because I did a whole video about the merger, I believe that the quality of Six Flags parks will come up, but it's going to be a year before we really hear anything. It won't get finalized until February or March, which is too late to really have an impact on anything they do this year. So you're not going to really see any changes except maybe some logos and stuff. It's not going to be until the end of 24 that they start talking about some of the changes, really, and that's when you'll actually see some stuff happen. So it's a long ways off before anything goes on, but I think it's going to actually be better as a whole. So let's see. Ryan Idios. Okay. Let's see here. So, trying to make sure. Oh, let's see. Am I getting okay? Nope. I'm getting myself mixed up. So there was a Six Flags Dubai. It is now Six Flags Qiddiya, which is in Saudi Arabia, right near the capital, Riyadh. So my mistake. I took two things and mixed them up. So you are correct. It is in Saudi Arabia, not Dubai. We'll see. So let's see here. But who do I think that Bob Iger will replace Bob Iger? No idea. No idea yet. We will have to see. But yeah, I have no idea how that's going to play out. That's one of those things I don't have any inside information. So, and Craig, yeah, 640-foot drop, reached top speed 156. That's just nuts. Absolutely nuts. To give you an idea, the tallest or the biggest drops and coasters before that was Top Thrill Dragster, which announced the new vehicles and stuff, and blah, blah, Kingda Ka, which are both 400 feet. So you're adding another 230 feet on top of it, and 156. That's insane. Yeah, I'm waiting to see when it's actually built and how well it works. There's a lot of information out there, but I haven't paid as much attention to a lot of stuff like that. So I'm kind of out to lunch. It's something as you get older, and then when you are so stretched for time. To give you an idea, this last week at my other job, I worked 53 hours. Yes, it's more than normal, but 53 hours of work, plus trying to do the video work, plus my other stuff. Yeah. Do I think Iger's preparing to sell Disney to Apple? Not a chance. That belongs with the Disney is moving to Texas rumor. Nope. Those are people just talking goofy. And I think Goofy would have a better idea. than that goofy idea. So no, not a chance. So, and yes, Pikachu, I did see your goofy message. That's why I thought of Goofy. And so, people come up with some weird stuff and then they talk like it's a fact. And no, that's when it's not. So, so, well, I hope it's been fun. Like I said, I know it's been a little different. You can tell my energy level isn't quite there, and my throat is just about to give up. I'm actually sitting here with my cough drops on the side, and my throat is about done after everything else. Plus, I do have another live stream I'm actually going to be doing on my other channel on my Facebook page. So I'll just throw this out there for some of you because you might actually, let's see. Rumor was actually purchased using the same stock he has plus George Lucas. Nope. No, not going to happen. So, any case, where was I? Oh, so I'm going to be doing another stream on my other channel tonight, The Burning Bush, where I'm going to be talking about the Christmas story and all the ways we have it wrong. Because we really do have it wrong in a lot of ways, but we don't know it. There's a lot of traditions and stuff, and it's a little bit mucked up. So I'm going to talk about what we think we believe and then what the actual story is. And it's actually, it's still a neat story. So there's a link in the chat for that. That comes up in about an hour and a half, which is why I got to get my throat rested up. Any updates on the Patreon chat? I will have some coming up soon. I haven't been able to nail down dates yet because I'm still trying to get caught up. Look for something hopefully this next week, Tuesday or Wednesday, and I'll have some dates for the week after that. I have to find out what my work schedule is and be able to work around that. So, hoping to go to Silver Dollar City for Christmas next year. It's worth it. It's amazing. Absolutely. So, and what time is it for me? It is 5:52 p.m. We're almost at 6 o'clock. So, but yeah, 90 minutes. I'll be over on my other YouTube channel and talking about Christmas and the real Christmas story and some of the fun stuff there. So if you like learning stuff that's like, oh, I always heard this, but that's not quite how it was. I hope you'll enjoy it. Give you an example. I'm going to be talking about the innkeeper. There is no innkeeper. So it'd be some fun. So anyways, I hope you all have a good evening. I'm going to go get some fluids and suck on a cough drop and get my throat ready for that. Janet, here Silver Dollar City is amazing. Absolutely. Silver Dollar City has been named the best Christmas park experience for several years going for a reason. It's better than Disney. So can't wait. But thank you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I will catch some of you here in about an hour and a half over on the other channel, and we'll look forward to seeing some of y'all then. Thank you guys so much. Have an awesome and wonderful night. Oh, and Moody says hi. There she is. Just say good night. Say good night. You can wave goodbye. You can wave goodbye. You can. Yes, you can.